say hello to the town grog wife.
For those of us who haven't seen the deleted scenes or don't have the time, here is a run-through of intriguing ones. Note that these deleted scenes are as good or even better than the scenes that made it to air. We start with Krusty's child abuse.
If you watch my show, I will send you this book featuring me.
Krusty's show was originally supposed to be canceled after Krusty offers kids a coffee table book of him sexually exploiting positions and situations, only to be arrested by the FBI for peddling pornography to minors. Naturally, the scene was cut because it was too risque and replaced with Krusty's show getting canceled after he airs a bizarre Soviet version of Itchy and Scratchy.
Here's Eastern Europe's favorite cat and mouse team, Worker and Parasite.
There was also a scene after the Krusty sex book sequence where Krusty producers tell him his show's been canceled and replaced by a hemorrhoid infomercial, with Krusty begging to be cast as either the hemorrhoid sufferer or one of the quote after guys. They turned him down on both suggestions. The Devil and Homer Simpson.
Now remember, the instant you finish it, I own your soul for...
Well, hey, wait. If I don't finish this last bite, you don't get my soul, do you?
Technically no, but...
Hey, smarter than you did.
While at work, Homer daydreams about fashion donuts, and while doing so, his coworkers eats all the real donuts. In a sugar-craving panic, he mentions that he sells his soul for a donut and ends up signing a contract with the devil.
I'd sell my soul for a donut.
Well, that can be arranged.
Thunders!
Many people offer to sell their souls without reflecting upon the grave ramifications.
Do you have a donut or not?
Coming up, just sign here. Careful, hot pen.
At first, Homer outsmarts the devil by simply not finishing the donut, but he breaks almost instantly, opening a portal to the underworld. But when Lisa suggests he has the right to a fair trial, the devil summons a jury of his choosing, bringing in some of history's greatest monsters, including the starting lineup of the 1976 Philadelphia Flyers, notorious for their roughness during games. Apparently, some scenes were cut in order to shorten the segment, which include a bowling sequence with a monster using Homer's head. While Homer's head is being used as a bowling ball, his head cracks open, revealing a note that reads, "Dear Homer, I owe you one brain, signed God." But the scene eventually appeared in the Simpsons 138th episode Spectacular Clip Show, at first thought to be made for the clip show, but apparently had been actually deleted. It remains one of the all-time classic Halloween segments. Santa Claus. There was originally a dream sequence which Bart points a machine gun at Santa Claus and hijacks his sleigh. At the Springfield Elementary School's Christmas pageant, they had an act with Santas of many lands. Marge took Bart and Lisa's list of presents to post them to Santa's workshop at the North Pole. Bart told her that one of the fat guys that brings up presents and his name ain't Santa. When Marge looked at Lisa's list, she told her that she kept telling her that Santa can't fit a pony in his sleigh. Bart dreamed that he stole Santa Claus's sleigh, complete with presents, when he aimed a gun at Santa at the North Pole. Bart's encounter with Sherry and Terry in Treehouse of Horror 5. Bart encounters Sherry and Terry as ghosts of the previous caretaker's daughters, similar to Danny Torrance in The Shining. Bart is skateboarding in the halls, turns a corner, and sees Sherry and Terry who sing,
"Your daddy's gonna kill you."
When Bart skates down another hall and sees Patty and Selma, who tell him,
"They're right, you know."
Who Shot Mr. Burns Part 2 Missing Scenes. The alternate ending featured in the 130th episode of Spectacular was created to prevent any staff, be it writers or even overseas animators on The Simpsons, from spoiling the mystery. There were also many people who could have shot Mr. Burns at the show in the same episode, which included Apu and a semi-automatic gun which fired multiple rounds instead of just one, Moe, Homer, Seymour, and even Santa's little helper, the dog, who held the gun in his mouth and somehow pulled the trigger. Bart on the road. We see Bart rent a car with a fake driver's license and goes on a road trip with Milhouse, Nelson, and Martin. We never know the distance between Springfield and the Knoxville, Tennessee, but it's obviously a long drive, as this deleted scene shows Milhouse offering to take the wheel from an exhausted Bart. We immediately cut to Milhouse with both hands on bonnet as a cop searches the car on the side of the highway.
"How fast was I going, officer?"
Asking petrified Milhouse. The cop tells him
11 miles per hour, which is not consistent with the flow of traffic on this particular thruway.
and that Bart must take over as he's
The only authorized driver of this rental vehicle. Please reassume the wheel.
Lisa attempts to confuse robots. Although resurfaced in the recent version, when the Simpsons go to Itchy and Scratchy Land, they find themselves targeted by murderous Itchy and Scratchy robots. Approaching the robots, Lisa tries to confuse them with the following paradox.
Everything I am about to tell you is a lie. Now, I am lying.
The robots merely shrug this off, forcing Lisa to retreat and admit that they were smarter than she thought. Meanwhile, Homer is working himself into a mental breakdown, trying to figure out if Lisa is lying or telling the truth. Honestly, we don't know either.
If everything you say is a lie, then you're telling the truth. But if you're telling the truth, then you must be lying. But if everything you say is a lie, then you must be telling the truth. But if you're telling the truth, you must be lying.
Mole Man threatens God.
Hand over the rest of it.
We usually see Hans Mole Man at the victim in every episode he appears in, whether it's failing yet another eyesight test at the DMV or dying in increasingly chaotic tragedies. Mole Man never catches a break. So it came as a surprise to anyone who saw this deleted scene from Brother from Another series that things finally went Mole Man's way. When Sideshow Bomb's brother Cecil attempts to blow up the Hydrosity Dam and flood Springfield, Bart manages to stop him at the last second, even though the two are fighting voraciously on the top of the dam. As Bart covers Cecil's eyes, Cecil accidentally drops his briefcase containing a gun and several $1,000s in cash. What we don't see is that the money lands right on Mole Man's lawn. Delighted, Mole Man looks up and shouts,
Thank you, God. Now hand over the rest of it. Nice
and slow. That's going to be all for today. We hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, leave a like and comment and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching. We'll see you guys on the next video.
Well, let me tell you something, mister. I'm not gonna rest till the two of us are behind bars. I mean, except for me. I'll be on the free side. The one that doesn't have the little room behind it